Hi students, I'm Marco. I work in FISA University in Trieste, and I'm here to explain you to help you with your procedures of the for your request of the permit to stay. Well, this is as you can see, this is the envelope that you can find in every post office in your city. So go to your post office and ask for this envelope. When you will open it, you will find two forms, Modulo 1 and Modulo 2, and some documents inside. Uh, Please drop the Modulo 2 that you don't use, the Form 2, you will not use it, and keep apart the instructions because you will use it to find some codes that you will need to fill out the Form 1. Then, going on. This is the page of the envelope. Here you have to enter some few informations like the zip code that goes here under cap, the name of the city where the questura is located in località, and the code of that city. In my case is TS for Trieste. I wanted to show you that to send the envelope you will pay 30 euros. Going on to the form, you take the form 1, the modulo 1. First thing to know that is that you have to use a black pen to fill out the form. Use in every part of the form only capital letters, and remember that every letter and every digit goes in one box. One letter and one digit for one box, as you can see here. Starting from the top of the page of the first page of the form 1, in the first line you have to enter the name of the city where the questura is located, then the code of the city. In this space marca da bollo you have to paste a stamp called marca da bollo of 16 euros that you can buy on a tobacconist shop. Going down through to the section 1, here you have to enter some simple information like your surname or surnames in the field 3 cognome, your names, first names in the field nome 4, number 4. Please use the same spelling of your passport for this information. It's very important because questura can check and change if you did not use the right and all your surnames and names. In the field 5, provincia di domicilio, you have to enter the code where of the provincia of the big city where your city is located. In comune di domicilio, you have to enter the name of the city hall under you live. As you can see, Trieste is our example. If you are going to ask for your first permit, so you just arrived in Italy, you have to put an X in the box beside the field 8, rilascio. If you are asking for a renewal of your actual permit, you have to enter an X in the box beside the field 9 for rinnovo, that is renewal. You are asking for a permit to stay, so put an X in the field 14, and you are a student, so put the code 24 in the field 16, and the code 24 is the code for to ask for a permit to stay for study reasons. Going down, this is blank, this section is blank, and the last part, section 2, you have to put an X stating that you are filling out the modulo 1, but you don't put any X in the field for 24 because you don't use the form 2. You enter a number, the number of the pages that you are putting in the envelope. So this number is the sum of the documents that you are putting inside the envelope. I will explain you in the last part of this video which document you will need. Remember that you have to count every sheet that you put inside the envelope and add to this number the number of 3 because you are filling out the first 3 pages of this form too. Okay? Then you put the date in the field 24 data, and when you are in the post office, don't do when you are at home, put the signature in the field 29. Going to the page 2, section 3, dati anagrafici. Here you have to enter some personal information. For the code 30, for the field 31, you have to enter your Italian fiscal code. If you don't know, the Italian fiscal code is a code that you can receive in the from the Agenzia delle Entrate, or if you can also ask when you are in the embassy or in the consulate for your visa request. The Italian fiscal code is a code of 16 digits and is based on your personal information, your birthplace, your birth date, your surname and name. So when you go to the Agenzia delle Entrate, you can ask for an Italian fiscal code and they will assign you an official code. For the field 31st, you will use this code and you will put the 16 digit of your Italian fiscal code here. Field 32, stato civile, it means if you are married or not married. You use A if you are single and you put B if you are married. Field 33, it's for your sex. Male is an M and female F. Field 34, nato il, it's your birth date and you put your birth date there. Field 35, codice stato di nascita, it means that you have to enter the code for the country where you born, and this code, you can find this code in one of the documents that you can find in the envelope. There are a list of countries. You find your country and you find the right code. For example, if you are Indian, you look for India in the list of the countries and you will find that the code is I and D, 3 letters. Okay, every code for the country are codes based on 3 letters. The same thing for the field 36, but for your citizenship. If your citizenship is different from your birth country, you will use the right code there, or you can use the same code if your citizenship is the same of your birth country. Field 37, you have to enter the information about if you are a refugee or not. Normally you don't, so you can use you can put an X on no. Field 38, città di nascita, is your birthplace in the city where you born. Going to the section 4, this regards your personal documents, normally your passport. So you put an X if on the field 40 for passport, if you are entering the information about your passport. If you have any other allowed document and you have to find the list in the instructions inside the envelope, you can use another document and put an X on the field 41 and specify which document you are using. Normally, in the 99% of cases, you can put an X on passport field 40. Field 44, you have to enter your passport number. Field 45, the expiring date of your passport. Field 46. Here you have to enter a code that you can find in the instructions, the same instruction inside the envelope. Normally, the authority that issued your passport is your government, so you can use 01 for this authority. If you receive your passport in an embassy, for instance, in your embassy in another country, you have to check the table 5 to find the right code. Then going to the section 5, dati visto. This is about your Italian visa. Field 48, data d'ingresso in Italia, is the date when you arrived to Italy. Normally you receive the stamp arriving in an airport or passing through a border. So you enter the date of arrival to Italy. If you arrived by plane passing through Europe, probably you received only a stamp for the first airport where you arrived in Europe. So you enter the date of your arrival to Europe. Then you use the frontiera name, so it means the name of the airport or of the border where you pass through. For instance, if you arrive in the airport of Fiumicino, you use Fiumicino as the name of the frontiera, of the border, or if you passed from Ventimiglia and you arrive from France, for instance, you use Ventimiglia there. The field 50 is the visa number. I want to underline that your visa number has 9 digits, beginning with a 0. You can drop that 0 because there are only 8 spaces there. Then field 51, tipo visto. Usually you can enter in Italy with a C-type visa or a D-type visa. C-type is a shorter visa up to 90 days. A D-type visa is a longer visa from 91 to 365 days of validity of your visa. So you enter the right letter there, checking on your visa. Then fields 52 and 53, it's about the modality of your visa. So if you received a single entry visa, you have to put an X in the field 52. If you received a multi-entry visa, you can put an X on the field 53. Then on the field 54, there are the information, the annotations, the notes of your visa. So normally is study or study post laurea or something like this. You can check your visa and put the same notes that you can find on your visa. Field 55, the validity of your visa normally is 90 for a C-type or 365 for a D-type visa, 1 year for a D-type visa. You can find this information on the visa too. Then fields 56 and 57. This is 2 dates. The first one is the beginning date, the date of the beginning of the validity of your visa, and the other one is the date of the expiring date of your visa. So put the right information there. You can find this information on your visa too. Then third page of the form, very simple. Here you have to enter your address information. So field 66 code of the provincia of the big city where you live. Field 67, the name of the city where you live, the comune, the city hall where you live. The field 68 is the address, like Via Roma, for instance. And field 69 is the number of the address, like 25 if you live in Via Roma 25. In the field 72, you have to enter the zip code of your address. Then it's very important, also if it's not mandatory, you enter your email address in the field 73, and you enter your Italian mobile number in the field 75. These contacts, the email address and the mobile number, can be used by the police to contact you to give you some information or appointment. Then there is also the section 8. If you have any relative or friend, or if your institution will allow to you, you enter the another address, other contact information, in order that they can receive the information about your permit at your place. If you don't have any contact, you can enter other information here. Now I pass to the documents that you will need to put inside the envelope. You have to print a copy of the first page, the information page of your passport, a copy of your Italian visa, a letter from your university about your studies, about the enrollment, the exams, the fellowship, and so on. It's a good thing. It's mandatory to enter also if you don't have any fellowship, to enter other information about your bank account, the money that you have in your bank account, or how you will maintain you when you will be in Italy, because they check if you have the money to live in Italy. Then you have to enter some coverage for the health insurance. In Trieste, we can send just the receipt of the payments of the health insurance. In some other cities, perhaps you have to give them the contract of your health insurance, or the tessera sanitaria, the public health insurance card. You can subscribe, you can sign any health insurance that you want, but pay attention, because some health insurances are not accepted by the police. We suggest everyone to subscribe the public health insurance, but we know that it's very expensive. So often many students prefer to find a private health insurance that is cheaper. Then remember that you have to be covered for all the period of the validity of your visa. So if you start to ask your visa in September, because the course of the university began in September, remember that your health insurance have to be cover you for all the period from September and till the end of the courses, till the end of the validity of your permit of stay. Then you have to show to the police that you have a place where you can live. So you have to put inside the envelope a rent contract or eccezione di fabbricato, that it means a document from a landlord or from someone who lives in apartment, stating that you live there and you pay a rent, or you don't pay anything. So a declaration that you live in that you have an accommodation. Uh, if you just arrived to Italy and you don't have any rent contract or any cessione fabbricato, remember that when you will have, you have to send it to the police, or to bring with you when you will go to the fingerprints appointment. Then you have to enter a copy or a part of the giro slip for the payment of the fees to request the permit to stay. I will show you how to fill out this giro slip. And remember also that when you will go to the questura for the fingerprint appointment, you will need a photo passport format. Now, I'll show you how to fill out the giro slip for the payment of the fees of the permit to stay. This is the giro slip. It's a red giro slip. Here you have three sections. Normally in our image we have just two sections, but normally you have three. You have to enter the same information in every section. So in the first line you have to enter the amount of the payment for the request of the permit to stay. If you request 1 year permit to stay, you have to pay 70 euros and 46. If you are asking for a shorter permit to stay, like up to 90 days permit to stay, you can pay 30 euros point 46. Again, in the second line, you have to repeat in letters the same amount, so 70 is 70 in Italiano, 70.46. Then eseguito da is the information about you, about your name and surname. Again, every name, every surname. Residente in via is the information about your address, zip code, and the city where you live. The same information has to be repeated in every section, as I told you. Remember just that in the last section you have to enter one letter for in every box, and the zip code goes here and the city goes here. Then, what I have to tell you more? Well, you will go to the post office with every document. They will give you back a receipt like this, an assicurata receipt. That is very important because it's the proof that you did what you had to do for the request of the permit to stay. So police can ask you for your passport, and if your permit to stay was expired, they will ask you this assicurata receipt that you have to have with you in every moment of your Italian life. You will receive also an appointment in the post office, an appointment with the police, a date. Normally, in this moment, the appointments will be very far in the future. So be patient and wait for your turn to go to the police. Remember that to take another appointment if you can't go in the right one can take time, and your permit to stay could be issued very late. Remember also that to go out Italy through Europe, also if you have to take a plane to go back home, or I don't know, you need to have your permit to stay, your plastic card in your pockets, because with the assicurata receipt you can't travel through Europe. You can always come back to your country, but you can't pass through Europe, and you can't go to Europe to visit, to have vacations, or to do anything. Um, Remember also that if you are in your first year in Italy and your visa is a multi-entry visa for 365 days, in the period of the validity of your visa, you can travel through Europe also if you don't have your permit to stay. So, if you received the visa recently, my advice is to use it because in the rest of your career in Italy, it will be difficult that for several months you can go around Europe to have any vacation to visit the other parts of Europe. That's enough, I think, for the instruction for this tutorial. If you didn't understand anything, you can write a comment under this video. I'm very happy to help you, and I will try to reply to you as soon as possible. This is Marco from Trieste, and see you very soon. Okay? Ciao!